What's ahead?
Lots of rocks.
Yeah.
Over, what is that, Hagerman?
Yeah.
It's gnarly.
Peter and Dan here from the Adventure Guys channel. For the past 5 years, we've been living off the grid and overlanding to some of the most remote places on Earth. Join us as we continue on the journey, bringing an all-new perspective from the saddle of our adventure bikes.
Yeah, so today's exciting. We are most likely going to be making it to the base of the Rockies and those big, cool passes through the mountains. I think not only some grip glue at the store, but some other things that we may need. I think we've got all the tools that we need. Last night I took a good 40 minutes and just went around both bikes and started tightening everything down. I actually found my wings exhaust was a little bit loose at the coupler or joiner part. It was just a tiny bit loose. And then Dan's rack, his pannier rack, was pretty loose on the sides, and that was something we were pretty aware of. Their thread, we've got Loctite in them, medium strength Loctite, but even then they vibrated pretty loose. So as we go over any sort of, after each day over the next few weeks, we'll just keep tightening those until they find their place better. Yeah, so a lot of people were also asking in our last video how we're navigating, because obviously our tower is pretty bare. We're leaving that space, except for the GoPros, almost exclusively right now for when we can get our hands on a Garmin Tread. The Tread is like I think there's a few different models of GPS from Garmin that are kind of more designed for motorcycles. Like there's one called a Zoomio or something. But the Tread is something I'm a bit more familiar with, and it's one that we've been looking at for a while to get on our bikes. And that's what we'll be getting on both of our motorcycles eventually, probably after Expo West. But for now, I have my phone in my tank bag, which one of the main GPS maps that we use is Gaia GPS. And then I just went on BDR's website, you put in some of your information, like your email and whatever, and then you're able to download whatever BDR you're doing, like in our case Colorado BDR, and then it'll even give you options for like your connecting BDR route. So if you're doing Colorado BDR and then you're going into Utah and doing the Utah BDR, they give you the connecting BDR GPS GPX files. So you just import those GPX files once they're downloaded on your phone or whatever device, and then it just populates Gaia GPS with them, and that's what we use. I don't have a phone mount either for the phone to just sit there with the map. So I kind of, at each stop or major cross section or something, we'll stop and look at the GPS to see which way we're going. But when we're behind the Jeeps, we just follow the Jeeps for a little bit and then keep going. Pretty. Watch those bumps. Woo-hoo. And this one, don't go in it. Wow, can you imagine? Those are wheel breakers. Rim denters. Yeah, you'd go wham into that and flip over, especially if you're standing. Unless you somehow pulled up your front wheel. This is pretty. Wow, this is gorgeous. Can you imagine driving in fall time somewhere? Sandy, rocky. This is cool. Whoa, this is so cool. Oh, that's sick. Like That's ash. The ground has ash in it. Yeah. Well, I mean, look at all the logs beside you and stuff. Yeah, I know. It's amazing. That's so cool. Wow. Look here, I wanna pull over and walk around in this for a second. Let's go ahead to that pullover. Just keep your helmet on and stuff and we can walk around in it. I did, I just lifted it up real quick. A low fire really ripped through here. Burnt all the young stuff. Charred everything low. Certainly killed a lot of the trees, if not every single one that it touched. Look at it though, here's a line of green. It like went around that. That was crazy though, back there the ground was burnt. Like it was all ashy. Well yeah, when you hit that big plume of gray, ash came flying up. Yeah, I don't really know what to say other than it feels weird being around in it. So many dead. I mean, it's a crazy little forest fire that would have happened around here. Look at those things though. Man, I love our bikes. There we are. Oh yeah, it's that way. That looks like the uphill. Yeah. Wow. I can't stop saying wow. Gorgeous valley, like just going from one valley to the next, and it's all this, like you come into burn sections and it's all ashy, and then the whole trail is this kind of like soft and then with rocks in it, red dirt. It's pretty cool. I love this sort of thing. If I ever have a driveway, I want the trees to be like this alongside it. This is beautiful. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This, like, look at the leaves. Like why does it feel like it should be like November here? It's that look. You feel kind of chilly because I'm covered in wet sweat. And then there's leaves falling in your path and everything else is brown grass. Oh, it's so nice. beautiful.
About halfway up Hagerman Pass, we found a great place to camp for both the bikes and Jeeps. So we pulled in and signaled the Jeeps to follow. We got the Jeeps pulling in now. Dan and I just kind of got ourselves comfortable here. Looks really good. As we began settling into camp, we had an unexpected visitor.
We gotta get that on camera.
So remember I was talking at the gas station?
I'm Grant.
Grant?
Yeah, so
So,
I was up at, I work in Prudhoe Bay,
okay.
and I seen them getting fuel when you guys were up there with XO.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm like, where are you guys going? You guys said you're gonna get on your bikes, and I said, we're doing the Colorado BDR, so it's crazy. I come smoking down here, I'm like, oh, because I'm on the headset with my buddy, he goes, oh, there's some really cool Jeeps on your left, and I'm like, so
Unbelievable.
Awesome.
great to see you guys. I love your guys' content.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So it's really good.
Did you fly in from Prudhoe Bay, like from
I
Alaska?
live in Idaho,
Oh, okay.
so we four of us drove down to Cortez, and then we started in the Four Corners and
Nice.
going to Wyoming.
You're going right up. So we started the opposite way.
Okay,
We came down from Montana, drove through Wyoming, and then hit the BDR. So
perfect.
how's it? What's ahead?
Lots of rocks.
Yeah.
Over what is that? Hagerman?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's gnarly.
Oh.
It's a lot of rocks. It's slow going. I mean, you won't have trouble.
These guys will be working.
Yeah, you're gonna be careful.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gnarly.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of rocks.
That's uncanny though. You guys met in Prudhoe
Yeah.
Bay.
I know it. And I was telling him I don't normally go there to get fuel. I normally go on lease to get fuel, but I'm like, I'm gonna go get it because I didn't want to wait in line, and you know, so I'm like, oh, it just worked out perfect.
Where
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah.
headed today?
Gypsum.
Oh, okay. That's where we came from this
Yeah.
morning.
So that's our next
It's
stop.
not rough roads. It's just beautiful trails.
Yeah,
Just really,
it's gorgeous going here. This must be an old railroad
yeah.
because it's pretty good. But then when it turns up, it gets gnarly, and when you get to the top and over the other side, we bounced around a lot.
Is that the roughest part?
The top, yeah. Well,
I mean, between here and the Four Corners?
no. No, Ofra Pass. You guys are going to be going down, so it's not that big of a deal. It's a major deal on a 600-pound motorcycle.
Right.
So, yeah, we pushed up a couple times, and because you got to keep your momentum, and but somebody would stop, you know, and people coming this way. So,
Thank you.
good to see you
Awesome.
guys.
Good to see you again.
Next time we'll see you in Baja or something.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to decide which one we're gonna do next.
That's actually insane that we met up again. We were getting fuel as we drove in before we went out to the Arctic Ocean, and we just started talking to this guy. This guy pulled up to get fuel as well, and he's like, oh, I follow you guys on Epic and also Adventure Guys and stuff. So we talked for a while about trails, and he did mention the Colorado BDR, and I kind of forgot that he said like they would be going on that at some point this year as well, and it just so happens that we're here at the exact same time on Hagerman Pass. It's pretty crazy.
Not something like that. As far as you can go in Alaska, we met this guy. He's the one that recommended this trail, and then we just met up with him. That's pretty cool.
Freaking
freezing. Snow was coming down, and we were looking at the little rooms in Prudhoe Bay because they have these, like, to pay for the gas, you have to walk into this whole heated room because it's usually so cold there.
It says don't touch any of the metal around there.
Yeah.
Stick
Really?
to it. Yeah.
Wow.
And on the most remote trail
Yeah.
in Colorado, and they're the same guy.
Just
does
happens like as we're kind of.
I know. I thought he just like made a mistake or something, or almost hit something, but he just like stopped so fast.
That's awesome.
This goes to show that you never know who you might meet on the trails. And we are excited by the information of the trail ahead. Hagerman Pass sounds like it will be a fun, rocky, and high elevation challenge, but one we are really looking forward to. Thanks for watching this episode of The Adventure Guys, and stay tuned for more epic content coming out soon as we head up Hagerman Pass and further into Colorado's mountains.